Alright, YouTube, retarded Nicolas Maduro, the El Presidente of Venezuela, Bernie Sanders' favorite world leader, Elizabeth Warren's favorite world leader, sort of the poster child of the American socialist movement, or at least back when Venezuela had a stable economy, they were all ranting and raving about how great Venezuelan socialism was. A Salon article from years ago where they did just that. Oh, we should adopt the Venezuelan model. It works so well. Maduro got chased around by hundreds of protesters who were shouting about being hungry. It's too bad that they didn't seize him and immediately hang him off a tree or put him before a firing squad. Oh, wait, no, he confiscated all their weapons. I wonder why he did that. See, when you get a bunch of people whose kids are sick and can't get medicine, and they're eating like half a meal a day if they're lucky, and they don't really have electricity, and they're working like 2 or 3 days a week, so they get a lot of time to just sort of be hungry and miserable. At that point, something begins to break down, and when, the leader of this once fairly prosperous socialized nation appears in public, people throw caution to the wind and begin throwing bottles, I guess. They were planning hundreds of thousands of people protesting in Caracas. The military, of course, imposed martial law there and was gassing people with the tear gas and so forth. It's actually funny because the same socialist-friendly groups within the United States that share around YouTube videos of police brutality against this protester, if they see some protester in Venezuela getting hit in the face with a rubber bullet, or some old lady in Venezuela getting beaten down by the riot police, they practically cheer because they say, oh, evil right-wingers, haha, you will never topple the glorious people's utopia of Venezuela, because Venezuelan socialism is the future. It's fucking retarded. These people are just statists who fit pretty well within the one-party dichotomy, which is what it is. It's a couple of fake systems, so-called left, so-called right. It's all authoritarian, though. It doesn't matter. If you've got an authoritarian system, it doesn't matter if it's a left-leaning or a right-leaning system. It makes no fucking difference. It doesn't matter what economic plan you're using if you've got authoritarianism. You either have some retarded throwback to the Middle Ages moral policing, like literal Dark Ages mode going on, something like what Ted Cruz would endorse. Some retard like him, who's an authoritarian. Don't let him kid you. I'm a libertarian. No, he's not. Fucking retard. Or on the other side, you get like USSR mode. While it's still authoritarianism, it's still human abuse. It's still abusive. Who cares? Who cares how much money you have if you can't even spend it on anything that they choose to ban? What's the point? What's the point at that point of even having money? You might as well just give up your soul to the state, work on a collective, abolish currency, and do direct-to-state trading or something like that. Just be a total fucking Marxist. You might as well, because you're a soulless cog in their machine already. And this corporate interventionism we have here is only a step removed from that sort of soulless monstrosity. So don't let anybody kid you. We don't have a free market here in the US, but at least the internet's a free market, or it will be until October when Obama tries to hand over control to the UN so that Europe can censor it some more. I'm sure YouTube will be a great place to be when you can't actually talk about anything meaningful. You just have to sit there twiddling your thumbs and humming because that's the only thing that won't piss anybody off. Oh, you cisgendered piece of racist, bigoted crap. Oh, you have political opinions. You said that Muhammad wasn't, the glorious savior of the Western world, and that Muslims didn't actually invent the carpet or soap or something like they claim. It's going to be hilarious if that happens. Thankfully, it looks like he might get stymied. It looks like Congress is going to slam shut on him, and he'll be unsuccessful. Hopefully that's the end of it, but I expect them to do what they do, like the TPP, SOPA, ACTA, all of these other retarded things that they try to do for censorship's sake. They'll keep pushing it under new names over and over again until it eventually passes anyway. But as far as Venezuela goes, that's even worse. Not only there are people not free, we've got moral laws here too that are dumb. We got a drug war going on. We've got all sorts of bullshit going on. But at least people here, generally speaking, most of the population's not starving. Some people, they may not be eating the sirloin steak and, the $50 sort of caviar dish every night. But they're not starving to death. They get enough to eat. You go to Venezuela, person's getting one meal a day, and that's if they're lucky. You rise to the middle class, you're like, lower level government bureaucrat or something, you're getting a meal and a half a day. My goodness, and you're actually getting halfway clean water. You're living like a prince in Venezuela if you've got that. My God, you even have a pack of cigarettes. You got to make it last a week, but Jesus Christ, you got tobacco? Somebody's going to shank you in the back for it, probably. 3, I believe, of the top 10 most dangerous cities on earth are in Venezuela. That's not because the Venezuelan people are barbarians. It's because they've been pushed to crime by their government. The food is there. The goods are there. But central planning doesn't work, and so they're never going to see any of it. They're trying to rebalance the economy. When the government fiddles around in these things at a whim, it screws things up, because no agency is capable of administering it as easily as a free market can. There's not even the trappings of a free market in Venezuela. That's the problem. So I'm not surprised Maduro is chased around. I hope next time they chase him, they beat him half to death. He deserves it. This friggin' former bus driver has no idea what he's doing. He just took, Chavez state religion, which is state capitalism, so-called, or state socialism, or whatever these retards are going to term it nowadays, and he turned it into his private piggy bank, and he spent all that extra money from oil's proceeds on goods for people. Oh, here's a dishwasher subsidized by the state, 50 cents. Here's a mixing machine. Here's the laptop. So for a while it looked really great because, huge proportion of GDP was distributed right back to the people. Only problem is the primary source of income was monoculture. And so when that went south, there was no more money to redistribute to people. That's why they're starving. This is the foremost problem of central planning. It's the only major problem with it. It can't administer such a thing easily because there will always be populist, in essence, pressure to redistribute more of the wealth back to the little people. And it can't be done without fucking up your economy. It's just a matter of when it gets screwed up. Happened to the USSR. It happens over and over and over again. It can't work. So hopefully Maduro, hopefully someone throws a rock and concusses him and he ends up like Hillary and loses 4 or 5 years of his memory or something like that, and then just starts having random coughing fits and ulcers in his mouth and seizures and can't respond. He doesn't want to talk to reporters, doesn't want to talk to anybody, and sleeps 20 hours a day. Let's hope that happens. Apparently that happens when you get concussed now. I never knew that, but it's been medically recognized by the Clinton health team, I suppose. That's about all. Peace out.